bad, and the ugly.
Let's talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. Good. She-Hulk season 2 is probably not happening. So,
Rejoice.
so that's the thing, right? Yeah. So, according to Tatiana Maslany, the season 2 of She-Hulk may not happen. Like, I think that we mentioned it. Was it last week or the week before? It was
Yeah,
last week,
last
right? It
week.
was
Hmm.
last week that they were talking about. It's like, oh yeah, so like the budget, like they blew that huge budget on the show, so there may not be a season 2, but now um we got it like straight from the protagonist. And yeah, it may not happen. And again, it goes back to the budget. Like that budget was overinflated. I don't know what the heck happened. I don't know where they spent $25 million on 24-minute episodes. It's like $1 million
Some of that
a
money
minute.
disappeared.
I
That,
just
that
don't
money
I
disappeared.
just don't know, man. I mean, I know Bob got his payout, but this use of resources could have been better utilized somewhere else, if you ask me. But yeah, I think that if there is one Marvel property that is primed for a reboot, it's She-Hulk. Because they tried to reboot Daredevil, that failed. Daredevil, we got news that
Hmm.
Foggy and Karen are back. So thank you for fixing it. I was talking about it last week. I was like, you'll better fix it. And then we got the update that yeah, they're gonna be back. All right, that's great. When are you gonna retcon this thing? Because we gotta get rid of this thing. But yeah, man, what do you think?
Oh, this is great news. I did at first become a little skeptic. I think it's important that we got this now, just because you remember we talked about how there was some rumors going around from places that you can't fully shy away from, saying, "Hey, they are working on a season 2 last year, like getting that into production." And so when I hear things like that, I'm like, I really hope it's not true. It doesn't make sense to me for it to be true, but that's how sometimes this business works. At the same extent, like the full logic of just saying they spent so much money, it's not even just the reaction, I think, to it, because obviously it had a very negative reaction. But like you could, if you spend such a smaller amount of money, you can argue for give us another season, we'll give you a better shot. People are gonna love what we're gonna do the next season. It was all set up, whatever, and try and do it like think like Iron Fist. We talked about that, right? Like season 1, a lot of people didn't like it, but they were able to quantify for a season 2, probably because they didn't spend probably that much money.
Oh no,
Clearly not as much as
yeah,
She-Hulk.
no, not at all.
and
Let
and
me
and
look it up.
Netflix is, yeah, Netflix probably just said, like, these other shows are working, might as well just continue this one. That's just me spitballing, right? I don't have inside ball there. But I'm saying that to say that I think with this, what also made me skeptic is, remember, Tatiana Maslany is the same lady who said, I am not playing She Hulk, straight in front of the cameras,
Yep.
only to actually be playing She Hulk. I'm not calling her a liar. I'm just saying it could be a little deflection. And that's the stuff that makes me cautious. I've seen a few other people saying the same thing, like, hey, isn't she the same lady who said this? So
Yeah,
I think it only makes sense that they
and
don't do it. But
right. And a quick update. The article's updated today that saying that the video where she appears to say that there's you know season 2 is not going to happen has been removed. So you
see,
know that could have been NDA slash contractual stuff, right? But who knows?
yeah,
Um,
I do think we'll see She Hulk again, though, the character. I do think we'll see her again. I just don't think it's going to be any, like, it'll be, she'll be running in the background in Avengers Endgame style, like out, like in some type of moment somewhere.
gotcha. Um, yeah, I can't find anything on a budget for Iron
The
Fist,
Iron Fist.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean most of it was practical. The fight sequences and whatnot. There was like very little, like what this the little glow on the hand whenever he did the punchy thing. But yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think
Th-
there's too
two,
crazy.
allegedly 200 million was split between Daredevil, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage.
You got you got four
Mm-hmm.
shows
Yep.
for less money than six
Right.
24-minute episodes that you got for She-Hulk.
Yeah. Literally.
Bro, are you serious? Like, honest, I don't. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Disney, what are you doing? Get your ducks in a row. Yeah. Well, that's that. Well, that was the good, right? Bad is that there was a report that the Ray movie was delayed indefinitely,
Yeah.
and everyone started reporting on it. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I started reading an article that I found on it, and I was like, oh, that's what they're saying here. Kind of goes back to what I was talking about last week, but it's still like I don't know. It doesn't. There's something that's not right. But then straight from Lucasfilm after that article was out, or those rumors were going around, they you know if you ask me, the even if things didn't square, they weren't square enough for me to say, hey, this could be real. There was some potential truth to it, but then Lucasfilm comes out and says, no, it's movie's still on track. We're doing this. What this tells me, what I can gather from both the first article saying that it's delayed and Lucasfilm confirming that it's happening, it's that they are taking another direction on it. So they may be reworking some stuff. And if, again, right, they have to nail this. This can't be like, if you want Ray to be back, if you want, I really don't understand that mentality. It was like, whatever, let's do it for the new people. I really don't understand why they're doing this, but you gotta nail this. This has to be great. Like Star Wars fans, we don't want okay anymore. Like, this better be good. Like, this better be real good. I think that some of the TV stuff that they're doing is really really good. Andor. I think Ahsoka, with all the problems that it had, was very good. Mando season 1 and 2 were great. Season 3 was questionable. We don't talk about the book of Boba Fett anymore. It was not She-Hulk. Just to make it clear, right? It's not. It's definitely not scraping the bottom. It's not scraping the soap. It's but it's not scraping the soap from the bottom, but it's floating or like right around the middle on that one, and this thing better be good, man. We Star Wars fans, we deserve a good Star Wars movie. Like, we've been waiting for it for a long time, since Rogue One. No, you know what? It's like we say since Rogue One, but then yeah, since Rogue One. Screw it, I'm gonna say it. The I think Force Awakens was good. I think Force Awakens was real good. I had lots of fun with that movie. Uh, Rogue One is, after Empire, my favorite Star Wars movie. So, we're waiting for it. Like, we want it. I want the Rey movie, and I want the Rey movie to be good.
Mm,
As a hardcore,
mm.
old school, OG Star Wars fan, I want the Rey movie. but make it good. So that's all I'm asking, right? It's like, yeah, it's great. You want to continue this new character? You want to give us more about, more on Ray and do new stuff with her? That's fine, but make it good. That's, that's all I'm asking for. All I ask for is I'm not telling you like not to do Ray and do another Anakin movie. It's fine. Do your Ray movie, but I want it to be good. That's it. So, sir, what do you got to say about that?
Yeah, I like how you worded it. I just wanted to sit back and kind of ponder it in myself a little more because I feel like a lot of people the reactions to this was twofold, was kind of good. This is getting canceled, this is getting canned
Right.
because of the comments that were being made from those that are in the director's chair for the project. And the sources it was coming from, to me, I didn't believe it for a second. It was very questionable. But on the outside, I was also saying, why are they even making this project? I've been saying it since the moment they announced it. Not because it should never come out. I just didn't think it was the right time. I think that like if you're trying to tell a story of like a older Ray, and the next phase after the sequels, how you're furthering that story. I didn't think we were due for it yet. I think there's some other stories that need to be told before it. And that was
Well,
just my gut reaction to it. It's not the same effect of the Book of Boba Fett. Where like Book of Boba Fett, I straight up was like, I don't want a Boba Fett movie. I don't want a Boba Fett show. I was very honest about that from a long
right.
time, from when we started this podcast
Yeah,
years
we were on
ago.
the same page on that. Yeah.
We're on the same page, yeah. And then like I see what comes out, I'm like, guys, this is the whole point. Like the character needs to be a mystery. Ray does need some more furthering. They tried to do it, but it was too scattered. So it'd be nice to have more of that and just more Star Wars in general. But yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's a Ray movie, a Darth Maul movie, Obi-Wan movie, whatever. It doesn't matter as long as it's a good movie. Is what I'm hoping for, a good Star Wars movie. Just because of a certain characters in it or because a certain person's making it, it's not going to make it good or bad entirely. I kind of flash back to it's not the same because this person is being very public about their statements right now. Or at least that's how I'm interpreting it about the director making this movie. But it kind of made me think about like Loki season 1 and the director, writer, producer of that show. She has some very opinions that many people and would be, kind of ruffled by on her some of her personal stances on some things, right? But when you watch Loki season 1, nobody was saying that this affected the product because
Right.
she still made a good product at the end of the day and it paid off. And that's kind of what I'm looking to see here. Like I didn't ask for a Loki show. I didn't want it, but
Yeah.
I was like, this is one of the best things to happen to
Well,
Marvel.
the thing, and it worked so well that when they said that she wasn't going to be back, we were like, oh man, no,
Is it gonna be
because
good
yeah,
now?
it's going to be good now, right? So, and that's the thing, right? You said you can have your opinions, it's fine, right? Just
Hmm.
make it good. Like I don't care.
Right,
I don't care what your opinions are as long as you make it good.
right.
And if
There's a
you,
lot of people, Obed, that if we knew came out the woodwork about some of their personal opinions of stuff, we'd probably be even way more
oh
disappointed
yeah,
that
yeah,
working
yeah,
on
yeah.
things that we like, but we
Right,
separate the art from the artist kind of thing. We're
yeah,
just like, let's just take us in and disconnect.
yeah, and we talked about it like again, it's like, are you not ever gonna watch the old X-Men movies, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Like,
a great example.
you know,
Dude, that didn't say less. Like, that is
right?
a great example.
Yeah, exactly. Like I
Yeah.
think X2 is one of the best comic book movies
Yeah.
out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Like, and the Days of Future Past.
Yep.
So, like, what the heck?
Say what you will.
Like, you know, it's, but yeah, you gotta be able to do that to separate it. It's again an unwatchable movie. Superman Returns. It's completely on. Like you get a
Ooh.
twofer for that one, and then it's
Wow.
unwatchable at this point. Not because the movie's bad. I don't think it's a great movie. I think
No.
I think Man of Steel is like leaps and literal like leaps and bounds over better over than Superman Returns. But um, I know that that's a movie that I watched it in the movie theater, and I have it on Blu-ray, and I know that my wife enjoys that movie. It's like,
Yeah.
and she's not as you know connected has her ear in the ground as we do, right? And so she would watch it and she was like, she wouldn't care, right?
See.
So Joel, maybe we shouldn't be fans of anything. Maybe we should just enjoy stuff. How's that?
I think sometimes the rose colored glasses like it gets in the way of what we do enjoy often, and I have to always like kind of remind myself to chill out and
Yeah,
and try to have a more level headed approach when I'm watching things and be open
absolutely.
minded. But we get spoiled when we have really good comic book content because it had been years that we didn't like. You would get amazed with an X-Men movie when you have some of the other films that we
When
saw,
you get Daredevil and Ghost Rider, right?
I was gonna say
Yeah,
Elektra or whatever,
yeah.
like, or Catwoman or whatever, and you're like, well, like that was like the at that time amazing, and then you get, Days Future Past, and it's like it's
Man,
awesome, right?
but
Or you get,
they got off to such a great start with like X-Men and Spider-Man,
oh
and all
yeah,
this like there's some really good stuff, and then it started going off the rails with like Daredevil and Elektra and Catwoman and all this stuff.
yeah.
It's nuts. Uh,
That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
you have those kind of things, so that's why I think sometimes we become so judgmental because like we want the next, the Dark Knight. They can't all be the Dark Knight,
No, no,
They
absolutely
need to be
not.
different.
Right? Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's the whole Ray thing again. Just going back to it is make it good. Like I don't care who's making it. I don't care, what characters are in it. Just make it good. Make a good Star Wars movie for a change. Like
Yeah,
make it cohesive. Make it make sense. Uh, you know, have some good fighting choreography. Had some good effects. A good
great
story. A
villain.
good yeah. Star Wars. See, and Star Wars
Hmm.
is that franchise that you need a great villain for. Like if you don't have a great villain, it's just it's not the same, right?
It's not Star
So
Wars.
it's not Star Wars. Like and we saw it in again. I don't want to keep going back to Andor because I think Andor is the pinnacle of Star Wars, but like what we saw with the Imperial officer, like the lady officer, phenomenal. Like she was a great villain,
Oh yeah,
and then and then you got the other dude, the inspector. He wasn't necessarily a villain. He was looking to make his way into Imperial ranks, but he was also a great character, right? So and that's what it needs. Like Book of Boba Fett. See, well, this is what was really disappointing with Book of Boba Fett because you had quite possibly one of the best villains from Clone Wars, and
hmm.
and and you didn't really do much with him.
I mean, his entrance though was so
But
good.
that was in Mando season 2, right? When
I
he first showed
no,
up,
no, that wasn't Boba Fett,
that was in
bro.
Boba Fett.
That wasn't Boba Fett because you're in that the hero that he attacks that town first is in season 2.
Right, right,
They
right,
come back
exactly.
to
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah, yeah,
town,
yeah,
and then like in season, that's when you see the actual Cad Bane spoilers.
yeah.
Along comes a stranger in the desert. Be careful where you stick your nose. Straight in, and what a great cinematic moment that
Right,
I did not see coming.
right, right, right. Um,
But that's when the show kind of picks up because Mando is already in. Like that's when it starts to really. But you have to go through a
right.
lot to get there.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. Yeah, bro. So you just make it good. That's all we ask for. I don't. I'll go if it's good. I'll go watch it, and
Yeah.
I'll have fun with it, right? And we'll talk about it. It's just that I don't know. It's disappointing. Like at least Dave is and John are keeping us entertained. At least for now, we'll see. But
Did,
I just want it to be good.
did you see the date for Dave's film
No.
for the year 2028? You're saying 2028 because remember Ahsoka is going to be probably 2025, 2026.
that means that it's yeah. We gotta wait. We gotta wait for more story.
And right, and then basically,
The
you know,
Mando movie's
instead of
probably gonna be out by then
the Mando
too.
movie's gonna be first.
Yeah.
Yep, Mando movie will be before Mando movie will be coming out before any of these other ones. Because instead of season
Yeah.
four, they're basically pushing that one forward.
Right. Right. So, is Pedro gonna be back for the movie?
Oh, for sure.
Because he said it was not gonna be back for the show, just a voice, right? But for the movie, will he be back?
Oh, for sure. I don't doubt it for a
Is Bill
second.
Burr gonna be back for the movie? He better be back.
Bill Burr's
Freaking,
dead.
freaking, no, he's not. He got cut loose at the planet.
The Empire found that dude.
No,
That dude's
you.
gonna get.
One does not simply get rid of Bill Burr. He better show up in the movie. He better be with Mando. He better co-star.
I was like, he better
He
be
better he better co-star. Co-starring Bill
Bill
Burr.
Burr, Gina Carano. They'll all
Just
just show up
bring
out of
everyone
nowhere.
back. Bring everyone, yeah, Apollo Creed.
Everybody's thrown in. No, I think that the Dave movie will have the culmination event because clearly with the Ahsoka
Right,
ending, spoilers, guys, like them going to Dathomir, and I clearly Thrawn is rebuilding his full strength to come back with his army, and he's got Enoch scouring for any remnants of the Empire essentially, and probably by 2028, that will probably be like a true heir to the Empire movie.
right, right.
I'm pumped for Dave's movie, dude. I'm pumped for that.
Man,
Like the Mando movie's gonna be
I'll be
cool, but the
almost
Dave
50
movie,
years old when that movie comes out, dude.
that's fine. Just gotta live to see it.
Oh,
That's all. That's
you're
all we're saying. That's fine.
killing me, man. The heck?